Hello and good evening and welcome to Requiem for London. Tonight we open our scene at a somewhat undisclosed location. It is the site of a factory that has been out of commission for quite some time. Whatever was here of a business is, seems to be long gone. There may be like the occasional hobo or whatever vagrant, but not tonight. Tonight, um, Natalia is, well, for lack of a better word, hiding, staying in the shadows, waiting for someone, a friend. She hopes, thinks, yeah, he's still a friend. You can't trust anyone, but it never. I mean, you really want to be careful, honestly. So, yeah, Natalia is not moving; she's just standing there watching.
As Natalia would see Julian um in the similar attire that the last time she saw her, though you can tell he oh, excuse me, he seems a bit pent up, like he's agitated or something. And he looks around a bit more cautiously than he you feel like he would normally would be, but he is here.
Hmm. I mean, she's not waiting to watch what he does. As soon as he's inside, she'll just say, "Hey, Julian, good to see you again. Good to see you could make it." Honestly, I mean, this fucking isolation thing is really getting to me. It's good to see other people, for as weird as it sounds, but it actually is.
He nods to that.
So
Eh, okay. And his voice comes out a little harsh, though. You could tell it's not directed at you.
she looks him over. Are you okay?
I'm really hungry, so
Okay.
the war's making it harder to hunt, and I didn't catch anything today.
Hmm, I see. Maybe we can. Please tell me if it becomes like a thing, like a problem. Then then we'll handle that. But I mean, are you up for teaching?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay, good, good. So you said you were willing to train, but I mean, how are we going to do this? And Natalia just she actually has a like a duffel bag with her, and by now you look like she's wearing like long like what do you call them? Sweatpants. They're not they're not like tight fitting. They're actually quite loose, but it's kind of the thing you see in a trailer park, kind of when you go to the gym on a budget. She's actually wearing training clothes. She seems a little unsure, let's say.
Well, I'm glad you came prepared, but
And
and
yet, try. I was not sure about about exactly what was going to happen. So
if I was less in this condition, we could do more intense training. But right now, this is going to be more of a, let's just say, a lecture, if anything. I- But
ah, okay. It's a little bit of a letdown, but okay.
so, as I told Marcus, though, it's going to be easier for him because his clan has the access of Brazilians. Maquettes do not. But the main thing is At least for my beast, resilience comes to me in a sense of less hardened like stone or rock or iron, and more indifference and, let's just say, flexibility. Like a sapling blowing in the wind, it bends, it doesn't break.
Oh, I'm pretty sure where it would come from me. I'm quite. That's not really a problem, but we're going to. It's a philosophical discussion. Do you really? Is that how you think about all of these things?
It kind of comes with the territory being an order.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get it. I get it. It's different, and yeah, of course. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, the easy thing would to trade blood with you, and you can maybe feel it through my blood, but that's not wise to do right now.
Uh, you see, like an involuntary, like wrinkling of her nose. Natalia does not seem to find that suggestion like something you probably entertain. Yeah, that would be bad. So it's going to sound stupid, but are we going to beat the shit out of each other or what?
He kind of scoffs at that. Getting hit does not test your resilience, at least not yet. Trust
Okay,
me.
then what will?
So I would say right now, it's less you dealing with pain and more at this point getting to know your beast to bring that nature out of it. Do you know anything about your beast? Have you ever? I know it's not necessarily easy to do outside of our particular traits, but you ever seen it? You ever talked to it in your dreams?
Nope and nope. I've felt it in different situations. Had quite a few, well, some interactions with it, sure, in the sense of like having to control it and shit. But other than that, no.
Well, that's the thing I would recommend everybody to do, just in a general sense. But I know it's not a comfortable thing to do. But all the disciplines, despite how we refer to it or call it, are just aspects of the beast coming out. That's it. Surely, outside of the situations where you're going into frenzy, you felt the beast when you obfuscate or move really quickly or read people's emotions.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
So I must ask, since the closest thing you'll have to resilience is if you do know the art of celerity, what do you feel when you do it?
Be fast or die. That's pretty much it. I don't like it, but that's the real truth of it, honestly. But more than that, it's actually just I'm going to beat the fucking face in of that jerk because he pisses me off and shit. Like, more like that, also.
Then any nods to that? But then these nights, and when I'm in a better condition, when we meet again for another session, keep that thought in mind of be faster, die, or if you want to go with the idea of a small but weak chuckle, beat the fuck out of somebody's face. But think about it more in a obviously a less being quick and more about not dying.
I want to keep myself alive, and that by thereby it means keeping the beast alive. If we can agree on that, I can begin to manifest this. Is that pretty much the base of it?
And he nods that the beast is not as mindless as people want to think it is. It has very direct goals and very, very simple logic, but logic nonetheless.
Right. So, is there anything I can do for you?
Listen, it wouldn't be fair for you to trade blood with me in this position to try to learn obfuscation. And and to be honest, as again he chokes. I made a deal with Mr. Hartwell about learning it from him. But I know this war is going to be tough on everybody, and I do care about you, so teaching you this is no real big burden on my part.
Well, just know that I owe you. Just just keep that in mind. Okay? I really mean that. I've always wanted to fight, but in my mortal days, yeah, I knew how strong I wasn't, pretty much. So I found another way to fight. Doesn't mean I don't want to go out there and throw bricks or molotovs. It will happen. But I just need to be a little bit more, well, stronger, I guess.
He nods, though there's a bit of sadness on his face.
What?
Eh,
She looks at him.
eh. Just a lot of people think those who fight always want to fight. They're trying to prove their dominance.
Yeah. No. No. Do you want to know why I fight? Why I want to? Because I've seen oppression of those who have no power for so long, me being one of them, for pretty much my entire mortal life, and then even worse, almost, well, actually worse, in my undead life. There are rich prick assholes who will do whatever they want because they can. It is unjust, it is unfair, and it is not good for them or for the people they oppress. So we have to fight because they won't let it go. We have to shake up the system or die trying. This is how it's done. It has to be.
He nods to that, like, and
I mean,
understand.
if, I mean, like really rich assholes or politicians who enjoy power, if we could talk to them and reason with them, this would be another situation. I don't know that that works. At least 4,000 years of human history would fairly well indicate that you can't.
He nods to that. Said, "It's I still remember the days when I lived on the streets. I know exactly what you mean."
Where?
He says, "West London is a Ordo territory, Lambeth. That's why I'm so associated with them. I've always, even in my mortal days, even when I didn't know, the Ordo was around me."
Yeah, it's not. I don't know why I had that impression, but I thought you were not originally from
Hmm.
here. Oh well, interesting.
Yeah. Did you think as maybe somebody from what another part of Europe, or maybe even out the country as a total? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I Again, I'm more foreigner than you are, so I suppose I just figured that you grew up in America and came here at a young age with the accent and all. But yeah, I don't know.
Uh, I guess out of character because I did it better at the beginning and I kind of dropped it when.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's okay.
But yeah, yeah. You just. Sorry, I know this is stereotyping, but you look like an American sometimes for me. I mean, I can't run from it. I just look like I'm from Eastern Europe, but you know, kind of.
He nods to that. So, uh, you ready for what's going to happen next?
Can you be ready for what happens next?
You can,
I
I guess
don't
not
think.
truly, but
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much answers itself. Since I have no real idea what is actually in store for us or me in particular, well, I honestly don't know if I can ever be ready like that. But who knows? But hey, at least I got to be free.
and I guess since this is a bit of a private affair, Stanforth. Do you know who his sire is? Like his actual name?
No, I don't have any idea.
If I
I
remember
mean,
correctly.
I know that I'm like Carthian, well, kind of, but like under their protection or whatever. But they don't trust me for good reason.
He nods.
So I'm not the one to come for insights, and I
No.
wouldn't tell you even if I did know because you know covenant and all that.
He's a man known as Valerius, a very, very old ventrue.
Okay,
No, I don't think you quite understand. He is nearly reaching half a millennia, and he's been awake for nearly most of it.
okay, so he's potentially very crazy and retard strong. That's pretty much it.
And possibly has been orchestrating this war in the background for a few centuries.
Oh, fuck. More bullshit manipulating politics. Fucking. And there's like, she mumbles something you can't quite make out. Like, we did it. Bring it. And she, like, just says something, kicks something like a loose stone or something for a moment. It just turns around towards you again. And she goes, oh, that's fucking typical. All right. Yeah, that's perfect.
I don't blame the Carthian movement. I blame Valerius. That's why I tell you this.
Well, thanks.
That's why at the bar I wanted you to be careful, and why I brought up that, at least through my
Right.
sources, the main infestation of the owls revolves around the Carthian movement. And like I said before, there's
What
some
are
more.
they?
Nobody really knows. Maybe they're beasts manifested in a physical form, or at least ethereal, or at least yeah, um, corporeal form onto this plane. The main thing is that they're not necessarily crazy, but let's just relatively inhuman in their motives. They despise us for having things that they don't, and they much care nothing less but their own survival and own satisfaction.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. You are really living up to your name, Julian. That's really good to know. Certain things stay the same.
I wish I could come with happier news, but happier things haven't been really been happening to me.
Right, right.
But I'm no expert.
What is the police on your ass about specifically?
I murdered about a platoon and a half of them.
She blinks a couple of times. I'm sorry, what?
I killed about 10 to 12 officers when they tried to take me in.
Frenzy?
He nods. They did it in the day. I wasn't able to control my beast that day, so
Well, fuck.
some type of ploy from my enemies and a mixture of my sire testing my resolve.
Hmm. Why is Cyrus such gigantic assholes? Is it
I'm
just
not,
me or is that a thing?
I don't know. My sire doesn't typically do things out of spite, not unless it's very, not unless she's extremely offended by something. She did that more than anything to make sure that I was on her side. We don't necessarily really have a negative relationship, but I wouldn't say that we have a positive one either.
Oh, that's better than my sire. May he rest in the pile of shit he came from.
What happened to that ghoul?
What ghoul?
There was a woman that I remember you being very upset with, but I could tell you weren't upset with her directly.
Oh,
I,
she's uh, she's recovering.
are you taking her in?
I took her in a while ago.
He nods to that.
She's close to me.
From that reaction that day, I assumed that.
I didn't make her a ghoul, by the way.
No, if
He
you
did. To have more leverage over me, the fuck. So when he died, when I killed him, well, a ghoul, not that old, but snapped out of a blood bond like that. It's been months now. It's been what, 2 months? She's still recovering. But I'm not going to do that to her. I'm not going to do it myself. I'm not going to allow anyone to do it. She has to have her own mind.
weaning her off without any special techniques is going to be painful for her. You ready for that?
Yes.
He nods.
But I don't need any help with that. I'll handle it myself.
And again, he nods. So, I'm glad that you're able to save her.
It's work in progress, but yeah.
You've done more than I could have for that revenant that day.
Well, the revenant I found, I actually saved. So
Yeah,
Well,
So
it's not your fault, really. You were told to do shit and you did it at your best ability. I mean, no one blames you. Maybe yourself, but I'm afraid I'm terrible at helping with that. So,
it's. Hmm, I just wish I could have done more for him, but I was too young, too inexperienced.
don't be too hard on yourself.
But, anyways, I wish I could have been a bit more eventful today, but
Well, that's fine.
if you just want to talk or maybe something else, um, so just message me. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to bring happier news so I'm not such a bring down.
Right, right. Good, good. I'll keep you to that. Yeah, I should be going as well. She checks her phone quick, and she goes, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll get out of here." But yeah, I'll talk to you later, Julian. Take care of yourself.
You too.
And as the two kindred leave, I believe this scene will come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. Good night.